Welcome to Tales of Arda, where we discuss and explore Middle-earth. Today we rank the top 5 realms of the age we know most about, the Third Age. We start with Erebor, the kingdom under the mountain. This was a mountain in the northeast of Rivendell. It stood far from any mountain ranges, and so it is also referred as the Lonely Mountain. It was the source of the river running, a major dwarven stronghold. Its great hall stood till the end of the Third Age, and well into the Fourth. But now, what makes this city important, and what is the power of its defences? With the awakening of Durin's Bane in the capital of Khazad-dûm, Thrain I led some dwarves to Erebor. They dug its caves and halls, forming an underground city and establishing the kingdom under the mountain in 1999 of the Third Age. It was then abandoned, but then after the defeat at the hands of the Cold Drakes, the dwarfs returned to Erebor, and from then their wealth only grew, until the coming of Smaug, the last of the fire-breathing dragons. This devastation led to the exile of the dwarfs. Years later, Thorin Oakenshield and a group of 12 dwarfs, Bilbo the Hobbit and Gandalf the Grey, managed to reclaim the mountain. This story is told in the Hobbit book. However, with the death of Thorin, Dain Ironfoot became king and reinstored honour that Thorin had lost. He also allowed the dwarfs to become mighty and prosperous again. But during the War of the Ring, Erebor was attacked by hundreds of Easterlings, and Dain was killed. But the Easterlings could not take the kingdom under the mountain. The wealth of Erebor is one thing, but the location of it is also caught the eye of Sauron, as many times he attempted to attack or subdue the dwarfs of Erebor. As Gandalf believed, the claiming of Erebor could even help rebuild the kingdom of Angmar. Next, we have Arnor, the kingdom of Elendil, or the Northern Kingdom. It was a kingdom of the Dunedain in the lands of Eriador in Middle-earth. It was originally seat of the High King of Arnor, who ruled over both Arnor and Gondor. We will not go over the entire history of Arnor, as it is vast, but be sure to check out our video about it. After the Angmar Wars, Arnor was ended, but its people lived on as rangers. And it is these Dunedain rangers that truly show Númenor grandeur, as they protected the vulnerable and assaulted the forces of evil, who desperately tried to destroy them. And the chieftains of the Dunedain were direct descendants of Elendil, and thus the ones that could claim the throne of Gondor and Arnor. The pride of these rangers was great, and their march south as the Grey Company helped turn the tide of the War of the Ring. And at the end of the Third Age, the Dunedain would see their kingdom rebuilt, as glorious as it was in the days of Elendil. Next is Lothlórien, the Golden Wood. We also have a video about this hidden land. What is significant about Lothlórien is the power of Nenya, the Ring of Galadriel. This power strengthens the borders of the wood, and even before the Ring of Nenya, Galadriel used the second Elisar stone to maintain the beauty of Lórien. With Galadriel's ring, it was said that only Sauron himself could break the power of Nenya, and so with all the attacks on Lórien, the forest stood firm. Though the forest of Lothlórien was great, here we have second is Rivendell, the house of Elrond. Though this beautiful valley could be overthrown easier than Lothlórien, it still is the last remaining of the proud Noldor of the First Age. Just take a look at Elrond. He is indeed a half-elf, the son of Eärendil, a great half-elf of the First Age. It is said that Elrond could also claim the title of the High King of the Noldor, though he never did. Elrond also was the bearer of Vilya, the ring of adamant, which he used to become a great healer. Elrond also preserved the last heirlooms of the House of Elendil, and fostered all the chieftains of the Dunedain. Rivendell was the site of the White Council meeting, a group of powerful elves in Maya, and so Rivendell was a great place for the history of all ages past, living on in it. The records of the first age, the memory of the High Kings of the Noldor, and the heirlooms of the Númenóreans, all lived on in Imladris. And now for some honourable mentions. First is Rohan. Though this land of horses is mighty, in its own sense, we have placed it on the honourable mentions list for some particular reasons. A reason why Rohan does not rival these realms is due to the lifespan of the inhabitants. The Rohirrim were normally short-lived, but the Gondorians and Arnorians were in part Númenórean, and so had extended lifespans. Whilst elves were immortal, dwarves could reach the age of 300, but this lack of extended lifespan did not prevent the Rohirrim from being great in their own sense. Next on the honourable mention list are the Grey Havens and the remnants of Lindon. This small land was under the rule of Círdan, on whom we have a video coming out soon. Though this realm was small, it was key to the elves as a place where they depart west into the greatest realm of all, Valinor. And now for our winner, Gondor, the kingdom of the south, the greatest realm of the Third Age. Though declining at the end of the Third Age, it was restored after the coronation of Aragorn Elisar. This kingdom may be not as fair as the elven lands of this age, but whilst the time of the elves was waning, in the Third Age, the domination of men was the result of the Third Age. We will hopefully do a whole series on the kingdom of Gondor, for it is great, even rivaling the cities of the Noldor of the First Age. But anyway, Gondor flourished under the rule of the kings until the attacks of the Wainriders and Easterlings. Though many died, Gondor did somewhat rebuild during the reign of the Stewards. But the grandeur of Gondor is its re-establishment of its great past after the War of the Ring. No elven kingdom returned to its former glory, as Gondor did. And there is it. Please tell us your thoughts about our choices, and be sure to see next week's video about the evil realms of all the ages. And though not mentioned, the greatest kingdom of Arda is Aman, the Undying Lands, but these lists only cover the realms of Middle-earth, and so Aman is beyond it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.